what are we doing here, Joel?
I'm playing virtual Tetris, so I have to fit all of this in there and there. We're gonna make it work. And then it's up the highway. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We came in last night probably around 10 o'clock and just kind of set up our tents, or our swags is what they're called, in the night. And then there's like 3 other people here so far that are in the comp, and they're all here early just to do a little fishing before. And right now we're setting up a fire first thing in the morning. I'm trying to rig up, and I'm actually going to make a few casts because I'm just fiending to at least throw a little bit. But my god, it is so cold. Like, I'm struggling. Oh my god. It is finally actually game time. So today I kind of spent the time around camp, setting up camp and waiting for a few other people to get here. Probably, what, a dozen people here now. And so now Joel, myself, and Chelsea, we are heading out for our first real cod mission. So we're gonna be fishing right before sunset. And then we're gonna fish probably like an hour and a half in the dark, come back in, grab some dinner, and then go back out for moonrise. Whew. It should be good. It's just kind of getting our feet wet and really having our first mission here to try to track down a meter-sized Murray cod. A little lesson if you don't know what Murray cod are. They are the biggest freshwater fish in all of Australia, one of the biggest freshwater fish in the entire world, and can get up to 140 pounds. They are massive, and they will eat anything that crosses their path, any fish, ducks, birds, lizards, snakes, rats, anything that they can fit inside their mouth, they will eat it. Murray cod were almost harvested to extinction in the early 1900s and have begun to make a comeback, but there's still hundreds of problems with them, and they're still trying to make a recovery of the population. You could write a whole entire book about the history and what needs to happen just about Murray cod. It is morning 2 of cod mission. It's about 6 a.m. right now. We've been out since probably 5 a.m. throwing in the dark. It's very cold, but we're looking for a big giant fish. From what I've gathered so far is cod are similar to muskie, that when it gets cold and cold snaps come, they turn on and actually start to eat really, really well. And the best time of year to catch them on top water is when it's cold, right, Joel?
Yeah.
Best time is when it's cold. So Joel's working a top water right now, trying to imitate like a duck, like what we'd call like a teal, like a smaller sized duck, but they're still huge. Like they will slurp a duck this big off the surface. And I'm actually just trying something random here. I'm throwing just a big giant mop jig with a big creature bait trailer on it, just to try something weird and different and drag the bottom. And I'm just like kind of dragging it and really aggressively fluttering it off the bottom. Just something different that doesn't get done around here. We'll see if it works or not, but these are the fish, man. You gotta grind them out. Like, I hate being like, yeah, grind, brother. But that's just, you gotta keep throwing until you find one, man.
When you look here now, over a year ago this water was up where those cattle are up there, and because of the drought they've been letting a lot of water, 700 megalitres a day being let out at the moment to all the farmers downstream. The first year, so that would have been 2 years ago, I can show you exactly where I had a fish swirl on my lure up here, and it's like so far up. You just can't fathom the amount of water that's missing from here now when you look, and how like we would have been, you know, 10 meters underwater here now.
That's the boat ramp. It's nuts.
And beside that ramp there was some of those little trees just in the water. And we were casting there and hit some big fish, and we just worked our way out around this point, and this was all water. And now it's down to that.
I mean, when we had the idea to put this on, it was not so much the comp aspect of it, but it was, you know, a chance to get everyone together, like-minded people, have a beer, have a soft drink, whatever, and have a yarn about Murray cod. And I think we've achieved that this year, so, and the last 2 years. So, thanks to everyone for putting in the effort and being a part of it. It's topwater lures and flies only. There's strictly no trolling. It's strictly catch and release. I mean, if you kill a cod, you've got something wrong with you.
Was I supposed to write down a team name?
You're with Joel, aren't you?
Yeah.
What's your name?
JJ and the Seppo.
I remember that one.
Yeah. All right, tonight marks the start of JJ's Topwater Invitational, a tournament put on by Joel, where fish only count to register if they're caught on top, and all catch and release. So we've started, and let me show you what we're throwing right here. I've been racking my head about what I want to throw, and I thought I'd kick it old school, throw a big giant spook. If you watch my videos a lot, you know it's almost my favorite thing in the world to throw, the spook. So let's see if this does us any good. But how basically it works, cod feed on topwater better basically right at dusk and dawn, like any fish, but they feed on topwater throughout the night, and they move into shallower areas and off of deep gorges and really get into some shallow water chasing bait in the dark. And that's when you have the best chance to catch them on topwater. So all these dudes out here, basically you kind of rest in the day and you fish really hard at night, and that's what we're trying to do. So let's see if we can do it, man. First cod, be my second trip back to Australia, so hopefully we can get one. So the lake has been kind of kicking our ass in a little bit here. Last night, I guess, let me think, over the past 12 hours with I think close to 70 people fishing, there were 2 cod caught. One was like 72 centimeters, one was like 90. So not anything impressive. They are very difficult fish to catch in this dam, and the water has been lowering at a crazy rate like Brett had talked about. And so these fish are agitated and not very happy. Adam Townsend and his buddy Jackson, kind enough, they're going to take us on a little bit of a mission up into the mountains basically, and to fish some gorges that have basically giant standing pools of water where the river used to run from, and when it starts to rain and these dams fill back up, water will be there. But at the moment there's basically big giant pools like you think of in like Colorado, or you're fishing these big river pools, but instead of trout there is 45-pound fish living in these pools. So we're going to try our best to go up into the mountains and see if we can catch my first Murray cod and see if we can really just get on some fish. I'm feeling a little anxious. My second trip here in the past 2 years and haven't caught one yet, but I think it might happen today. It looks good, doesn't it? I'm just waiting for them. Oh my god! Dude, a little one. He was only like this big. Just came up and ate it right. I was literally just saying. That is my first bite in 5 days of casting. Well, the comp has finally ended, and most of the people who were camping here have kind of left. There is only 2 fish caught. It is very, very tough. It looks like a wasteland right now around the lake, and I think the fish are definitely feeling it because the water's so low. I don't know if they're even super interested in feeding. They're just kind of all down there battling one another. We, I don't know, man. We've been fishing really hard. I mean, everybody has, and we've been trying things outside of the dam. We've been going up into the gorges to try to catch fish where it should be a little bit easier, but they're just not an easy fish to catch. I know a lot of the people who watch this, they won't understand it, but you know, all the guys here around camp, all the cod fishermen, they get it. The guy who actually won the biggest fish, it was 92 centimeters or something like that. This is his 4th time coming here without catching a fish. He's been here working, trying to catch one, I think, for like a couple years now. So it's tough. It is very tough, and we've been fishing hard, but we're trying to figure it out. We're gonna let the weather blow through and probably hop on the boat with Brett and see if we can find something deep and do something different, but we're kind of running out of time, honestly, and probably have like a day, basically. We have the rest of today to figure it out and see if we can pull this through and catch fish, man. This is terrifying. And just slow as possible.
Yeah, just roll. You'll see. Just a nice slow roll till you get the action. So we start to keep going.
Oh yes. That's what I want to see. We're gonna throw a big top water.
To be honest, I really didn't even want to edit this video. It was very hard to sit down and go through all that footage knowing that I didn't catch a fish in it. And it's so hard because last year and now this year combined, a total of, I believe, 12 days of fishing for Murray cod, and each day putting probably, honestly, between 6 to 8 hours of fishing every single day and not catching one. This whole entire week, 7 days of fishing, had one single bite, and I saw the fish, and it was like 14 inches long. They're tough fish to catch, man. They really are. And to put it in perspective, there's 70 anglers there who are reputable cod fishermen, and 4 fish were caught throughout the whole entire weekend. 2 of them on top water and 2 on subsurface baits. I'm so sick of them. They are so frustrating. And I'm sure once I catch one day, I'll understand the merit behind it, but it is the hardest fish I've ever fished for. I've never put so many hours into trying to catch one single fish and had no reward to it whatsoever. I know the water conditions that we were fishing made things extremely tough. Australia is in a drought right now, and if you could see, the level of the dam was abysmally low. It looked like a wasteland out there. It was almost depressing to look at the dam, how low the water was, and that definitely didn't have the fish very happy. But they are catchable, just not for me, it seemed, this week, but that's life, I suppose. When I was sitting down editing this video, I really didn't even want to do it, but I had to, for you guys and mainly for all of the guys at the camp. They were so cool and amazing. All the guys were so supportive. Every single person, when I'd come off the water fishing or we'd come down from the mountains fishing, every single person would be like, did you get one yet? Did you catch a cod yet? Did you get one? And it was heartbreaking having to tell them no every single time. And everyone just wanted me to win, man. It was something I've never experienced before, where in fishing, a lot of times it seems like it can be a sport where everyone's out for themselves and wants their own spots and wants to hoard their own lures and doesn't want anyone else to succeed. They want themselves to catch the big fish, where it was the exact opposite at the camp. Every person was telling me, hey, you should try this lure. Hey, you guys should go up to this spot. I had guys giving me $100 swim baits to throw in hopes that I would catch a fish. Like, I'd never experienced kindness like that in my entire life before, and you're surrounded by a group of fishermen. I mean, it couldn't be any cooler. And so I felt like I owed it to them at least to put this video together and really show it's a hard fish. It's such a challenging fish to catch. A lot of these guys go 5 to 7 trips to this lake targeting big cod without ever even getting a bite. Didn't happen for me. Doesn't mean my cod mission for my life is over, but maybe for this trip to Australia, I guess it will be. But there's a lot of more epic things coming up ahead in this trip to Australia that I can't wait to show you guys, and lots of big fish already caught and to be caught in the coming future, so look forward to that. I appreciate you guys so much. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That'll let you know whenever I post a video. I put a lot of effort and work into this video because I just wanted to be the best it could be, because it's hard as a fisherman to put out a video that there's no fish landed in it, but I thought it was important to show this journey of the past week. It was honestly the toughest fishing trip of my entire life, but it was really great, and the people who were there made the whole entire thing worth it. I couldn't thank Joel and Adam, Nick, Marty, Brett, Doug, Jackson, so many people. Like, I could literally list everybody. Everyone was so incredibly helpful, and I couldn't thank them enough. All right, that's all I got. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Until the next video.